We put power in words. Now, it's not to say like someone call you the N-word and they mean it in like a hateful way, and they just like the hate and the power that they put behind that word. But then, like I said, it's the power that we put in these words. These words are just words. I thought it was very interesting that a lot of people was defending Will Smith, like, yeah, he's defending his wife's honor and all that stuff, so it's okay for him to then slap a comedian because he made some jokes about his wife. And I'm like, that's what comedians do. They're gonna joke about everybody in the audience. Money that we take and put into the foundation of Black Lives Matter is being used into their own pockets. The founders, the co-owners and stuff, the people at the very top. If your person isn't doing certain things and you find somebody that is, that's typically why people cheat. Welcome back, YouTube. It's your boy Innuendo. If you don't get it, we innuendo. But if you with it, when it's finished, in the end, you win. Yo, man, let's go. Look, I'm back at it like a bad habit with another video for you guys. This is part 2 of the documentary of Love Trumps Hate. Very interesting. We're going to kind of pick it up right where we left off. Basically, it's just kind of giving the perspective of Trump supporters. I know we have a new president in office now. But I think people just kind of go off of the stereotypes of what you hear and not really realizing what is really going on. We like this. It's not only the stereotypes, but just what we believe to be true, what we hear, what we see on the news and stuff, and we just go with the flow. Some stuff is true, but once the media in particular knows what they can spin on his head and tell us, half of us would just follow along like blind soldiers, not even realizing the crucial points of what's really going on. If you like I said in my last video, like the whole Spider-Man J. Jonah Jameson situation. J. Jonah Jameson here sit there and call Spider-Man a menace, and if like in real life, like if we hear that, how many of us, I mean, besides getting saved by Spider-Man, we got to know what's real and what's not. Is he a menace? Is J. Jonah Jameson just blinded? Did Spider-Man do something? Like, you can't really believe everything you see on the news, but most of the time we don't really know firsthand unless we experience stuff what's really going on. So we just like to make our own assumptions and go from there and not really think on our feet of what's really true and what's not. We just like to believe whatever we assume to be true to be true.
Well, we've been saying that, and what happened to him? He dead. He was non-violent, and he still died. They said Malcolm was about violent, and they both in the same place.
And a lot of those Democrats a lot of the people that were part of the KKK were Democrats back then.
I agree with that.
Changed.
I agree with that.
Times changed.
So we got a dilemma here, don't we?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that the KKK, a lot of them were Democrats. That stuff, this is just information that people wouldn't even have thought about. People probably would have just naturally thought they were Republicans. Because people like to associate Republicans with being like the Caucasian people. That's just all them and stuff like that. And they're about their people and stuff. But like I said in my last video, people don't even think about how Abraham Lincoln, the person who freed the slaves, was a Republican.
So let's talk to more people. Come on.
Hey, you guys are almost changing me around. Hold on, a few more, I might change my mind.
Yeah.
Huh? If I can get in there safe and get out safe, guess what? I'll become a Trump supporter.
When I went to the Trump rally down in Florida, there was more Cubans there than there were white people.
Okay.
So it's not all the same in every city. It's just based on demographics. And I'm sure these people would be happy.
Every time when you look on TV, you mean to tell me you don't see all white people behind them now? Come on now.
You haven't at the Trump rally?
Yeah.
Well, they want.
Is it a representation of America the way it is?
It's because they want more people of color to join them.
How do you
media,
get that when you?
The media tells everyone that listens that Trump is racist, and these people are watching Fox News, all these other ones. It's like, he's not racist, so they're watching the left media that says he's racist, and so that's why it turns off a lot of people of color.
Some of the things I've heard,
some of the things you've heard are not true, and the only way you can figure it out for yourself is to actually come and talk to the people themselves.
Okay. There you go.
Let's do it. Come on, let's talk.
I support Trump because he supports American values.
American values.
He supports
and what American values. So let me tell you what American values
Listen
are.
to me. Listen to me. I'm an immigrant to this country, right?
Okay.
I came here through a process, right? Through a process, right?
I got you.
Everybody that comes to this country should go through a process.
So the settlers that came back here in 1619.
Oh God,
they
1619. Get out of here.
Well, what?
You have to start
It's gonna
somewhere.
be 2020. There's a new process.
So why
now.
was Donald Trump in Virginia the other day celebrating?
Well, we gotta get
celebrating 400 years.
Come on.
What about my people? What about my ancestors? What about all of that? Come on now.
But what about today and what we can do moving forward? I see these people. I
The
think they're
only way to move
they're
forward, a
moving
bank robber,
forward. See,
a bank robber don't get to keep the money if he get caught. It's okay
I
to
think
go
it's
back in history and say, "Oh, these people murdered these people."
I think it's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy. So
It's sad, but I think at the same time, America is the greatest country. We have the right to
makes it
free
the greatest?
speech. We have free speech. We have the right to self-defense, to protect
Okay.
ourselves.
Okay.
We have the right.
And I want to make a point that I probably didn't make in the last video of the fact that, you know, like he brings up the past and stuff, and a lot of times people want to say like focus on the future. A lot of situations like we're trying to evolve, develop, and adjust, recreate ourselves. America as a society is just one of those things where if you look in the past, you're gonna be able to point out way more flaws and stuff, or what a person did back in the day and stuff. But as time progresses, that's why they always like give a person time to get better. Within time, a person can be better. Like within time, the time is showed in the future. That's why more people are focused on the future to see what's happening now. Because if you look in the past, you've been looking at so much other stuff going on that would kind of deter you from what's really going on right now. And it'll have you thinking, well, this person did this and this person did that. Because, I mean, in the past, black people were slaves and stuff like that, you know? And now we're not. I know we live in a kind of America where things aren't as fair as they could be. That things have been progressing a lot more. At least from a certain aspect. Now, a person, I can only go off of experience, especially for myself now. Like, obviously, like I said, you could try to do your research and stuff, but you got to know what research is the right research, first of all. Secondly, I can sit there and, like, think on certain situations that only reflect myself besides stuff that I picked up on and learned about. So if I can't relate to certain situations, or I'm kind of what I experience, like situations with cops. I haven't experienced any bad situation with cops, but you hear all this kind of Black Lives Matter and people going crazy over what's going on with the cops attacking people. And don't get me wrong, cops do some crazy stuff to black people. They do crazy stuff all the time when they're bad cops, because they got quotas they're trying to fill, and they got agendas they're trying to pull off. So it's certain different things, but it's not all cops. And so when that kind of stuff happens, I can't just sit there and just naturally assume, like, these cop situations have been going on for a while, so I can't just naturally assume that that's a huge thing if I don't even experience it myself. I could say, like, it happens, but to what extent and, like, what information am I gathering based on this that really will allow me to think, like, okay, cops are bad. And, like, you got to sit there and think, well, not all cops are bad, just like people got to say cops got to say not all black people are criminals. It's the same aspect, and we live in a world where, like, it's pretty well known that that's not the case. It's only a handful of people saying certain things, and it's creating this huger narrative of people sitting there saying, like, oh, this must be true, when it's just only a few people saying that. It's not even a true statement, because a few people are trying to make it that way, but it's not. That's not the case.
To not be given unwarranted searches and seizures. I mean, we have great rights.
That's if you have a whiteness about you. If
No.
you have a blackness, you don't get to enjoy it. I have been through it, man. I was just down in St. Louis at the Ferguson thing. I had a microphone. The damn police came up and started beating me up for nothing. I got a microphone.
We're not saying that, you know, it's not an issue with black people, and it is an issue with black people being mistreated. What we're saying is that the policies and the ideas that this group of people have here is they're trying to move forward. They're trying to make America the greatest it can be. They want jobs. They want economic growth. They want unity.
It's
Let's talk to
always-
some more of these
okay.
people, because they're going to be
Right.
they're going to be able to tell you the best.
That's true. That's true.
Immigration.
Now, what is immigration so important to you?
Well, if you let more people in here, it takes down our wages of our jobs, and our wages go down, and American people's wages go down.
And why do the wages?
Americans got to work for $8 an hour.
InfoWars, hell yeah.
So why do our wages go down?
Because they work for cheaper wages, and there's more people out there. There's more of us.
So basically, he's worried about the illegal immigrants that come here. They work under the tables, they get paid really low, and then Americans get put out of work.
Exactly.
But
And it's even harder to.
That's one of the reasons why a lot of times, and you don't see it too often, but you see like certain locations where a bunch of immigrant people will be standing waiting for a job, and they don't have to do they could do a whole lot for not a whole lot, if you know what I mean. Like it could be a whole job working 9 to 5 and getting paid maybe like $9 or $5, like realistically, and because these people need the money, they do that, and that's how more and more people. Like that most job, that's what like I sit there and say, like there's always a job where people want to work, fast food jobs or grocery store jobs. Like it's always somebody needs to work there, right? But they won't pay everybody the same in all these jobs, even though they're supposed to be equally as valuable. A person will sit there and be like, well, we'll find somebody who'll be able to work for this kind of job because they know they need the money. And that's just on a normal basis. And then immigrants will work for whatever you give them just to make sure they got some kind of living situation, because they know they just came from where they came from and they don't really have too many options.
Find the jobs.
So if they came legally, they would have citizenship, and they would also be able to be hired legally.
Exactly.
And then they would be being paid the good wage as well.
Yep.
So in a way, the illegal immigrants get kind of
I'm
a
all for
loss.
immigration coming in legally. Don't act like I don't want immigrants here. I do. I just don't want millions of them. I don't want 100,000 of them a month coming over here. And I don't want to hear this. They're all for. Here's the deal. We got Democrat parties wanting a free education, free Medicare, free everything. All that's going to do is tell the rest of the world, come here and live here.
Are your people immigrants here?
Immigrants, yeah,
okay,
and they came lawfully. And when my family came here, there wasn't no welfare. When they came here, there wasn't no HUD. There wasn't no people giving out food stamps. Okay. When my ancestors came here, they came in with $100, and if they starved, they died.
Okay, so
now we come here and we feed you, and you get here, and then at the same time you stomp on our flags, and you tell them, I'm tired of it.
He's the best.
Which is very interesting, to say the least, because at one point it's government assistance, I think is what it is. It wasn't as huge as it is now. Now it's such a huge thing where we just want everything to be easy. You got people on food stamps, they don't want to work and stuff, and then or just government assistance in general. But then you got some people, like I've seen so many people come up to the grocery store with multiple food stamp cards. When I was living in Philadelphia, people used to come to, like, I used to see people buy people food, like certain amount of, like it'd be like if they had like 200 on the food stamps, they'd pay them like 150 so they could use their food stamps because they can't, or something like that. They try to pay them a specific amount of money to use their food stamps because you can't use food stamps on everything. And people try to do like a certain system like that. That's why people come to the grocery store with like 3 or 4 or 5 different cards. You think they don't, man. I'd be at the grocery store, I wonder why they got so many different like food stamp cards. I'm like, what the heck? And it don't even be their card. It'd be somebody else's card.
President since Abraham. What makes him special?
What he's done for our country, what he's done for all of us.
I have a ticket to go inside. Am I going to be safe inside?
Absolutely.
Well,
I would with me.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. See, it's been a couple people that said I can walk in with them and stuff.
To be honest with you, I would like to see more people of your skin tone with us. Right in here. You're safe.
If I go in there and I take and I just start getting brave and I say something like and
Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm an independent supporter.
Oh, he wants to hear too. He's trying to investigate too. He's an independent.
Center. I hope to see you.
Okay. But if I start booing, will I be okay?
No.
Because it's a part of democracy to be able to do that.
Absolutely. This is our country.
But you know Donald would be like, get his ass out of here. Kick his ass. I'll pay his legal bills. I'll pay your legal bills. Kick his ass.
It ain't about white people. That's the
That's
problem.
what they see. They don't see. That's exactly
what they see. That's the problem. That's what the Democrats and the liberals see. They see color. You know what I see? I see people. I see Americans wanting to see an American president. I don't see in color.
So he ain't said nothing that's racist to you?
No.
He hasn't said nothing that's bad to you.
Look, he's like my employer. The biggest foreman in my company is a black man. And you know why that is? Because he does good work.
Now what the hell is going on?
I basically just don't like the way the Democratic Party has become. Trump's doing nothing but supporting, women, supporting people who are, people who are in poverty right now are getting jobs because of how great he's doing for the economy.
So if you found out that Trump did some really horrible things,
everybody's done horrible things. I mean, it's nothing to hide. I mean, the stuff that is, these investigations have been going on forever and nothing's resulted out of it.
Why do you support Trump?
Why? You ain't seen the economy? You don't see the gas prices? You don't see the stock market? The list goes on.
You saying the gas prices is cheap?
Yes, compared to what they'd be with anybody else in office.
You know what's funny? Right now, the gas prices have skyrocketed up. The economy and everything else has gone back up with the prices on a lot of stuff. And nobody thought about that. And I heard they were saying that Donald Trump said, watch the gas prices go back up when he leaves office. They was like, watch it go back up when he leaves office. And look at the gas prices jumping up.
They'd be almost $5 a gallon.
Well, what if you poor and can't afford the gas?
What you're talking about.
Oh, because you're not poor. I'm
That's
poor.
because unemployment is at an all-time low. Why are you poor? Get 2 jobs. Trump gave me a job the day he got elected. I'm getting that money every day because of Mr. Trump. I love Trump, baby. Herf, 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 Trump, USA.
Was it that serious though?
That's great.
Because you being able to make your point. I get you. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
We support him because he loves America.
What makes him love America? Why do we love America? I mean, what does he love about America?
Well, you look at it, everybody's like different race, color.
America first. See, now, she just said it, so I got to ask. Am I going to be safe if I go in there? Am I going to be safe? Well,
Why not?
because I don't see a lot of me here.
That's somebody else's fault, not yours.
Whose fault is it?
They should be
Whose
here.
fault is it? Is it the way Donald Trump talking? Is it? I'm saying because, please, I'm like fearful.
See, they all think that you're crazy asking him if you're going to be safe here. They're like, what? Is he going to be safe if he goes in there?
Him?
Yeah.
Why not, man?
Okay.
Why not?
I don't see enough of me to represent with me here.
Hey, you're with us. That's all that matters, brother.
I done heard Donald Trump say, kick his ass.
No, there ain't nobody gonna kick your ass.
I heard him say it.
Nah, no, I don't think so. You're with us, man. Yeah, it's all good.
You sure?
I back you.
Well, I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna see what's going on.
I hope you get in there, and I hope it's.
Oh,
all
I'm gonna
good.
be in there. I'm be in the front. You'll see me. Excuse me. Can I ask you, why exactly are you selling Donald Trump hats?
Because I'm supporting Donald Trump today.
Okay. Today.
Today and any other day too.
And any other day.
All day.
So it's not about money?
Ain't about money.
It's about you voted for Trump in the last election.
I sure did.
And he's saying all the right things to make you go.
He's a straight up man, and I like him. He don't bite his tongue.
Okay.
And that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
But I got these hats on sale, and they're on clearance sale, and they're $10. Y'all better get them right now.
I like it.
Can we come with you? He's investigating.
Because I don't see none of me here. It's like nervous, bro. It's like, okay.
His biggest gripe is he don't see a lot of people with his skin color, which in one aspect can make you feel uncomfortable. It's like when I went over to my friend's birthday party, and I honestly thought it was interesting because either if it's not, it's a certain comfortability when you go to anywhere. So like even me going there, whatever, and I thought about it, I was like, I can understand why a lot of people wouldn't want to go to this party because they don't know a lot of people there. Like realistically, you sit there, you go, you're like, okay, who do I know? And it could just be the matter of thinking of just interact with people, just see what happens, just let things naturally be as they are. But people are so uncomfortable in those kind of scenarios that you go to a party, you go to a certain place, you don't know people. Like you maybe know like 1 or 2 people, what are you going to talk about around everybody else? It's just a matter of just interacting with other people and seeing if they, it's getting out of your comfort zone, seeing what they say, how they act, and all that fun stuff. So
let me tell you something. If I go back,
man, we're all humans.
when I go back and read the stories of 1619 of how they did my ancestors, but that was done for now, brother.
I look at
so
you,
tell me
exactly,
something.
brother.
Why was Donald Trump speaking about it the other day?
Same as me, bro. I'm libertarian.
If it don't make a difference 400 years later,
You're
then
the
tell
only
me
one
something.
making a difference. I look at you just
Hold
like I
on,
look at everyone here.
Donald Trump just got finished talking about it the other day. Come on, player.
Trump, bro. It's not about Trump. It don't matter what he says, man. What matters is that we're still living together in harmony together, and that's all that matters. What the people they support want to take that away from us, and they don't see that.
which is a good thing to point out too. The fact that, like, a lot of them, they sit there and, like, liberals or Democrats and stuff, they're focused on specifics of what Donald Trump said or whatever the case is. When the people who's in the Trump line, everybody is just together, and it's just it's just way more peaceful and stuff. Like, just the whole interaction of talking with other people and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty sure they're looking at the black man who crossed over to talk to the people who were Trump supporters and was like, look at him. He trading sides. He's a sucker. That's probably what they're thinking. Like, he traded on us. He was on our side, and he just went over there, and he's interacted with them. It's crazy. That's probably what they're thinking. It's very funny to sit there, and people don't understand, like, okay, like, they sit there, and like, Trump does this, he says that, and so forth, or whatever. But people don't really understand what's really happening behind closed doors. And at the end of the day, the whole system is supposed to be for us to be working together. But because Donald Trump says a few things, it'll have people against him, which is fine if you don't like Donald Trump for certain stuff that he says, but you're not supposed to show so much hatred towards people who support that. To what degree? To me personally, like, I'm just thinking, like, it's not even an aspect of Donald Trump, like, you sitting there saying, like, if Donald Trump did something crazy, you sit there saying, I support Donald Trump being like racist or whatever. Like, you just, it's to a degree, like, when you support a certain president for certain beliefs and stuff, because there's certain things a president could say and do, and you'd be like, okay, I understand that, or I don't agree with that, or whatever the case is. But then a lot of times Democrats and stuff, they see that support and they thinking, for some reason, and it's not just blatantly out of their mouths, but we look like, okay, this person's supporting this person, maybe this person might be racist as well or something like that, or maybe this person is a misogynist, like, whatever the case is. But it's so much, like, hate that was, like, sped up, and in our minds we're thinking, like, okay, these people are just, something's wrong with them, and all this other stuff. Like, there's so many different, like, ways of thinking when you see a person vote for somebody who you feel like you can't stand. And I'm like, I don't know, there's different ways to think about it where I feel like we don't have to blow it out of proportion or make people as these huge monsters as we're trying to make them, and the people who they vote for as presidency. Like everybody isn't just monsters and stuff. It's just what they think is right. It's just how people think. It's just people, the way people process stuff. My thing is, if we all can't get together and work together, then what's the point? It don't matter. Everybody wants to be divided.
They don't see that big government gets in between our type of people. They don't understand that. What I understand is that you give people freedom, we naturally just coexist together. Okay?
I'm glad you said
and I'm not them fucking pussy ass people over there and like, you fucking coexist. That was already a thing. It's America. You coexist. That's the fucking point.
What do you want? I mean,
It is America. Coexist. We got to coexist. Even though everybody wants to be so divided and against each other, we have to coexist. That's the thing. But yeah, this was another the documentary part 2, Love, Trump, Hate. Let's get it in. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. I'm putting videos out every single week. Pretty much every single day. Road to 100. Let's get it in, man. Let's see how far we can keep pushing these videos. I got more videos to check out as well. But this is part 2. And I'm going to see you guys in part 3, man. Stay blessed, no stress, with God. Take care of the rest. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Be easy, man. Love you. Bye.